one's coming out to see crazy-ass Angel Reese unless they want to see her at a nightclub shaking her ass. I mean,
the addiction is real. The addiction to attention is real.
Angel Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then trying to cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed.
And when Angel Reese comes out and says she ain't the only one, everybody.
FBI launches investigation into Angel Reese over steroids scandal. Angel Reese has become the center of a serious FBI investigation following allegations of steroid use. The scandal came to light after a whistleblower exposed the situation, highlighting the harsh reality of disloyalty in the league. As the investigation unfolds, questions arise about Reese's future. While some may feel pity for her, critics argue she doesn't deserve sympathy, as she has shown no signs of remorse.
I do think that some of this drama, and she started some of it, to be fair, got.
Honestly, Angel Reese has to be one of the most reckless decision-makers out there, all while thinking she's the smartest person in the room. Seriously, Angel, did you really think you could pull off something this stupid without anyone noticing? You took the laziest, most obvious shortcut and thought you'd get away with it. How delusional can someone be? Now she's facing the fallout, and it's only going to get worse from here. The attention addiction is real. Angel Reese thought she could cheat her way to the top, but now this once promising WNBA star is at the center of a steroid scandal so massive that even the FBI is involved. This isn't just locker room gossip. This is a full-scale investigation. How much more embarrassing can this get? The player who is supposed to be the future of the WNBA is now the face of one of the most humiliating scandals in the league's history. I've seen my fair share of messes, but this? The FBI isn't just snooping for fun. They have drug tests, witnesses, and probably more evidence than we even know. And remember, it only takes one whistleblower to bring down a career. Someone in her inner circle was done watching her fake her way to the top, and now that person has dropped the bomb. Reese is left scrambling to salvage what's left of her reputation. Angel Reese, you can't be the big bad wolf and then act like a coward when it all comes crashing down. Nobody feels sorry when the villain gets what's coming to them, and you've made it clear that you're the villain. But it's not just her career that's at risk. This could lead to criminal charges if it turns out she's been distributing steroids. Why stop at using steroids when you can make a few extra bucks off them, right? Angel Reese isn't just looking at a potential career-ending suspension. She's staring down the very real possibility of jail time. This isn't just a slap on the wrist. This is actual prison time for someone who could have had a legendary career, but now risks becoming known for all the wrong reasons. She's not going down as a champion. She's going down as the player who tried to cheat the system and got burned for it. The most shocking part? She's not even remorseful. In fact, she's made it clear that she wouldn't change a thing. That's right. Angel Reese has no shame.
Angel Reese, you can't beat a big bad wolf, but then trying to cry like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Nobody mourns when the villain catches an L. And Angel Reese, you have self-proclaimed.
Despite everything, she's still standing by her actions, showing zero accountability for her role in a steroid scandal that's rapidly unraveling her career. At this point, Reese is facing the possibility of a 2-year suspension, which would have her sidelined while every other player follows the rules and continues to play the game. Imagine the embarrassment of being the next big thing in the WNBA, only to watch it all slip away as you sit on the sidelines, a spectator instead of a player. And let's not forget the financial consequences that come with such a suspension. Angel could be hit with a massive fine, up to $500,000. That's $500,000, which isn't just a slap on the wrist. For a player whose endorsement deals are already on the decline, it could be the financial death sentence that seals her fate. But this isn't just about losing a few seasons or money. This is a career-shattering scandal, and the worst part is, Reese doesn't seem to grasp the magnitude of what's at stake. Her refusal to admit any wrongdoing is even more baffling. She's been vocal about her need for attention, often stating that hating pays and that she thrives on the spotlight, no matter how negative the attention may be. She's essentially admitted that her entire identity is built on being a controversial figure, yet now, when it matters most, she's stuck in a scandal she can't escape. It's clear that nothing about her is authentic. She's a player who couldn't be a star on her own and resorted to cheating the system to get ahead. But it gets worse. If the steroid investigation reveals more than just simple use, if it uncovers distribution or other serious offenses, Reese could be facing criminal charges. Imagine going from being a WNBA star to a prison inmate in a single season. We're talking about 1 to 5 years in prison, depending on how deep the steroid scandal goes. Her fall from grace could be complete, leaving her with nothing but a ruined reputation and a criminal record. The idea of sitting in a cell while her former teammates break records and win championships would be a crushing reminder of how far she's fallen, and it's all self-inflicted. And if the threat of prison time isn't enough to send chills down her spine, how about the possibility of never playing again? A lifetime ban is very much on the table if the investigation uncovers enough dirt. A lifetime ban, Angel, that's not just losing a couple of seasons. That's losing your entire career in the sport. One day you're playing under the bright lights. The next day you're just another name in a long list of athletes who thought they could cheat their way to the top, only to get burned in the process. Her infamous words, "You can't teach that, I'm going to do whatever it takes," are starting to sound like hollow boasts. She claimed that her energy would carry her team through anything, but now her energy is all but drowned out by the consequences of her own actions. Her arrogance and refusal to back down may have once seemed like confidence, but now it looks more like a sinking ship. Now, let's talk about sponsorships. Athletes make their real money through brand deals, but Angel Reese can kiss those goodbye. No reputable brand is going to want to be associated with someone embroiled in a scandal this huge. Sponsors will drop her faster than she can say steroids. No company wants to tie its name to a person whose reputation is tainted beyond repair. Think about it. Athletes like Alex Rodriguez and Marion Jones are perfect examples of what happens when you cut corners. A-Rod faced a 162-game suspension and never fully recovered his reputation. Marion Jones lost her Olympic medals and went to prison. Angel Reese is heading down the same path, and it's a one-way ticket to career ruin. Reese's actions have turned her from a rising star in the WNBA to the face of one of the most humiliating scandals in the league's history. What was once a bright future is now clouded by regret, and she's facing the consequences of thinking she could get away with cheating the system. There's no escaping the fallout now, and if she continues down this path, she will be remembered for her scandal, not her athletic talent.
And when Angel Reese comes out and says she ain't the only one, everybody.
The WNBA has worked tirelessly to build its credibility, but now Angel Reese is throwing it all away with a steroid scandal that couldn't have come at a worse time. As the league strives to establish a strong reputation, Reese's actions are undermining that effort. This scandal is the last thing the WNBA needs, especially when it's trying to attract more viewers and boost its image. But with her behavior, Reese has managed to do the exact opposite, contributing to a 25% drop in viewership. She didn't just ruin her own career, she's dragged the whole league down with her. It's almost poetic, really. A once promising star is now a cautionary tale, a living reminder that there are no shortcuts, especially not in sports. Reese thought she could cheat her way to the top, but now she's paying the price. And the worst part is, she has no one to blame but herself. The fallout is hers to own, and she's earned every bit of it. However, despite the scandal, her beef with other players and the added animosity has sparked interest in the league. So, while Reese's actions have hurt her career, they've unintentionally created buzz around the WNBA, though it's certainly not the kind of attention the league was hoping for. Reese went from a player who was supposed to lead the Chicago Sky to greatness to someone on the verge of leading herself straight out of the league and possibly into a courtroom. Her journey from hopeful star to walking scandal perfectly illustrates what happens when arrogance meets desperation. She had it all, but instead of working hard to improve her game, she took the easy way out. Now, she'll be remembered as the player who ruined her own career, and it's all self-inflicted. But this isn't the first time Reese's decisions have raised eyebrows. Remember when she thought dressing provocatively was a good idea and acted shocked when people commented on it? That was a classic move. She flaunted it and then played the victim when the attention wasn't exactly what she wanted. Reese never takes responsibility for her actions. When it comes to her scandals, it's always someone else's fault, be it death threats, being sexualized, or anything else that doesn't fit her narrative. And let's not forget her bizarre obsession with Caitlin Clark. It's clear that Reese has been living in Clark's shadow, driven by a jealousy so deep that she thought taking steroids would magically turn her into a superstar. Instead of putting in the work to improve her game, she opted for the easy, yet dangerous, route, hoping that juicing would somehow level her up to Clark's caliber. In the end, Angel Reese will be remembered not for her talent, but for her series of bad decisions that led to the downfall of her career. It's a story of wasted potential, arrogance, and the harsh reality that shortcuts never lead to success.
No one's coming out to see crazy-ass Angel Reese unless they want to see her at a nightclub shaking her ass. I mean,
The addiction is real. The addiction to attention is real.
In the world of sports, athletes are often placed on pedestals, celebrated for their talent, hard work, and dedication to their craft. But what happens when an athlete seems to fall from grace? When their career begins to unravel due to a combination of poor decisions, public drama, and, in some cases, scandal? This appears to be the situation that Angel Reese, a player once hailed as a rising star, finds herself in. In what can only be described as a culmination of bad choices and a desperate need for validation, Reese's recent antics have left her tarnishing not just her reputation but also the image of the sport she once seemed destined to dominate. Angel Reese's downfall is not just a story of one moment of indiscretion. It's a tale of a career that spiraled due to a mix of insecurity, jealousy, and a refusal to accept being second best. The drama that has surrounded her is, in many ways, the grand finale to a series of missteps. Every time she tried to trash-talk her competitors or stir up controversy, all it did was highlight her own deep-seated insecurities and desperation for attention. Take, for example, her ongoing feud with Caitlin Clark. While Clark is out there shattering records and proving herself as one of the best players in the game, Reese has seemingly been more focused on destroying her own career. It's almost as though Reese's attempts to provoke Clark have served as a smokescreen to hide the reality. Reese has been unable to handle the pressure of being outshined by someone else. Instead of using the rivalry as motivation to improve and elevate her own game, Reese seems to have made the mistake of prioritizing drama over performance. At the heart of this situation is a glaring truth that cannot be ignored. Angel Reese's actions appear to stem from jealousy. It's almost as if she can't accept that Caitlin Clark is dominating the spotlight, and so she's trying to create a spectacle to shift the focus back to herself. The problem with this strategy, however, is that it's backfired spectacularly. Rather than being remembered for her talent and accomplishments, Reese is now being associated with scandal and controversy. She has transitioned from being a player to a figurehead for bad decisions and negative publicity. The situation became even more dire when allegations of steroid use surfaced. In an era where the integrity of sports is under constant scrutiny, any whiff of performance-enhancing drugs can ruin an athlete's career. When the steroid accusations started to gain traction, Reese found herself in a precarious position. Instead of focusing on proving herself on the court, she was now caught in a whirlwind of controversy that overshadowed everything she had worked for. It's important to remember that steroids don't buy talent. Talent, hard work, and dedication to the sport do. However, in a moment of weakness, Reese may have believed that taking shortcuts through performance enhancers would be the key to staying relevant in a fiercely competitive field. The allegations of steroid use became even more problematic when the FBI was reportedly called in to investigate. The timing of this was disastrous for Reese, as it came right in the middle of a season where she was supposed to be cementing her status as a top-tier player. Instead of making a name for herself through on-court achievements, Reese found herself embroiled in a scandal that cast doubt on her entire career. The FBI's involvement only fueled the rumors and whispers surrounding her, creating an atmosphere where every move she made was scrutinized. As the situation unfolded, Reese's reputation continued to plummet. No longer was she being celebrated for her athleticism and potential. Instead, she was quickly becoming the poster child for how to ruin your career through jealousy, poor decisions, and a desperate desire for attention. The backlash was swift and unforgiving. Fans, analysts, and even fellow athletes began to distance themselves from Reese, with many questioning whether she could ever reclaim her status in the sport. This was a far cry from where Reese had started. Not long ago, she was hailed as one of the brightest stars in women's basketball, a player with immense potential and the ability to change the game. But somewhere along the way, something went wrong. Instead of focusing on the things that matter most, improving her skills, being a positive influence on her teammates, and letting her game speak for itself, Reese became obsessed with stirring up drama and trying to outshine her competitors. She engaged in petty feuds, most notably with Caitlin Clark, who was seemingly doing everything right on and off the court. Clark's rise to the top was a testament to her talent and work ethic, while Reese's attempts to engage in trash-talking only seemed to highlight her own insecurities and frustrations. It's hard not to feel sympathy for Reese. There is no denying that she is a talented athlete who has achieved a great deal in her career. But the way she has handled the spotlight, especially in comparison to someone like Caitlin Clark, has been a case study in how to squander potential. Clark has been able to remain focused on the game, even in the face of controversy, while Reese has been more concerned with stirring the pot. The difference between them is stark, and it's likely that Reese is feeling the sting of being outshone by someone who is, at least for now, considered the better player. There's also the matter of the steroid allegations, which have done irreparable damage to Reese's credibility. In an era where athletes are under intense scrutiny, any hint of cheating or unfair advantage is a death sentence to a career. Reese may have believed that taking performance-enhancing drugs would help her keep up with the competition, but instead, it has put her career in jeopardy. Whether or not the accusations are true, the fact that they exist at all has already done significant damage to her reputation. The FBI's involvement only amplifies the severity of the situation, making it harder for Reese to escape the cloud of suspicion that now hangs over her. At the end of the day, this is a cautionary tale. It serves as a reminder that talent alone is not enough to guarantee success in the world of sports. Athletes need to be more than just skilled on the court. They need to demonstrate integrity, work ethic, and the ability to handle the pressure that comes with being in the public eye. Reese's downfall is not just about one bad decision. It's a result of a series of missteps that have left her scrambling to salvage what's left of her career. If Angel Reese is truly serious about making a comeback, she will need to do more than just apologize or promise to change. She will need to prove herself through her actions. She will need to show that she can handle the pressure, that she can put the drama behind her, and that she is capable of earning back the respect of fans, teammates, and competitors alike. Until then, she will remain a cautionary tale, a player who was once on the verge of greatness, but allowed jealousy, bad decisions, and a thirst for drama to derail her career. Unfortunately, this is a lesson that far too many athletes have learned the hard way. Your talent can only take you so far. It's your character, your decisions, and your ability to stay focused that will ultimately define your legacy. Angel Reese may have been the next big thing, but now, she's a reminder of how quickly everything can unravel when you allow jealousy and desperation to take control.